Hey y'all, what's up? What's up? This your guy Ray Hama, the Hama Force Geek Table, breaking down the eighth episode of the House of the Dragon. And yes, this is mind blowing. Kind of like with the last one. With this, as I said before, it's best to go through this, with an open mind, with no expectations whatsoever. So, as you all may have known, already in the beginning of the episode, starts off where uh, Princess Rhaenys is receiving news from this maester in regards to Lord Corlys, her husband, who set out to sea for battle. And he led his squad into an ambush, and he ends up, getting cut on the neck and goes overboard. But they managed to retrieve him, treat his wounds, but he's having a crazy fever, some kind of blood fever. And they said, he's due to arrive in 3 days. So we can expect to see him within the next episode. So shortly after that, Vaemon, Corlys's brother, the sea snake's brother, he comes in, and is quickly reminding him that, hey, we gotta we gotta look at things realistically here. Hey, I love my brother, but we gotta look at, okay, what happens, when he if he passes, who's the throne gonna go to? Because I'm taking claim of the throne. And like he said, it's his right, by blood. He's the next of kin to uh he's the closest kin to the sea snake. And of course the princess, she was snapping off at him, want him to stop talking what she say, giving crows talks of crows in her house. She don't want to hear none of that shit. Because her and her granddaughter, they had a little moment where they was trying to, be of some hope. And I believe Vaemon, he gets that, but he was trying to get them to see the main importance here. Like, okay, of what's going on, who's going to be the next to take over the Driftwood throne, and he tells her, hey, that he needs to be the one to rule it, not some little ass kid. Especially too if a war was to break out. This is basically the same thing Sir Otto said. So, and and yeah, and he's right. And I loved it too of how he came in and just stood his ground, man. And he said his shit with sternness though, boy. Hey, that was man right there. That was masculinity right there. Because other motherfuckers would have been too scared to approach her and shit. And he played that role well. I need to look to see who plays Vaemon. What's his name? Let me do my research on that real quick. But before I do, I like it because this scene was pretty decent. Starts off pretty decent because the little lady, I don't know if that was Bela or the other one, but she said, well, my grandmother seems quite comfortable right here on the throne. Like there's no man, like as if she's saying no man needs to rule them, and no man needs to sit on this throne unless it's my unless it's my grandfather. And if he passes, this is my mother, bitch. A man must rule. Because every time when a woman rules, try to rule something, she fucks it all up. And he tells her too. Vayman tells her. He says this. Uh, he says, I speak the truth and you know it. Driftmark is mine by all rights. And he says, I like your support, but I don't need it. Oh, shit. He said, Devin, I don't need your damn support. I want the damn throne. If my brother passes, I want that damn throne. I want it to be secure, set in stone, damn it, that I will be the one to take over. And so I was hoping for the brother, though, man, for him to, get the throne. So, you know, but as it goes into the next scene, showing that Damon and Princess Rhaenyra, them arriving at King's Landing, they wasn't met with the greeting that they expected. Basically saying, motherfuckers hardly give a shit about them. And when she said something about when the princess, but before we go on that scene, when the princess Rhaenyra, yes, Rhaenyra, if I'm correct, when she said to Vayman, she said, "My king, because I'm happy." He said, "It's not the king that rules, that sits on the throne. It's a queen." It's a damn queen. Oh, and the king, he looks so fucked up, y'all. I just have to say that. He looks so fucked up. Oh God. Um, yeah. So in the beginning, as they'll let you know automatically, that it's 6 years, passed since the last episode. The last episode, if I remember correctly, it was 4 years that they jumped. Okay. But this time it was six. So in which case, hey, all the boys, they're much older. But as you'll see with Luke and Jace, Princess Rhaenyra's sons, I I never, yeah, I expected for them to look a little older than what they are. It's like, okay, they grown with like a foot, you know, but all the others, they they grew quite well into their characters. How you would think their characters are supposed to look. Hence, Aemon, you know, he grew to where he grew into like having like a square jaw and it being a strong fighter, as we knew he would turn into being. But he gets like this sinister look about him, man. Where he's just, I don't know. Later in the episode, I come to realize that Damon, he likes that. Because you see him, he was smiling and shit. uh, but we'll get to that episode of what happened. I mean, that part in this episode of what happened there. So, um, so they went there and to talk to the queen, But before they talked to the queen, they went there to see the king, to see his condition. And man, just this motherfucker looked worse than Two Face. Boy, when Two Face first got fucked up from Batman. Oh man. So yeah, and they realized that he was given some kind of, I don't know, some kind of special herbs or whatever, milk of the puppy, as they called it. And they when the queen, when she finally got done with her little meeting, because she was interrupted, when they let her know that they was there, uh, she went there, she arrived, and she was talking to him, the queen. She greeted him, and they basically, they didn't take them no time to question her about the king's condition, you know, and they was slick trying to place blame on her instead of just his condition of him being fucked up, man. Like, so they was kind of acting a little petty on that one. But to my surprise, Queen Allison, she kept her cool when she was talking to him, addressing him, letting him know, hey, what was going on, what was happening. So she let him know, and she didn't keep the talk that long, and so she told him and left. And then um, in the next scene, I see Jace. He's learning High Valerian. Mind you, I took my notes for this, so I was scene by scene, and there was some spots where I had to rewind because it was just, a little epic. And but yeah, so the queen was told some news about her son's behavior. And basically, as we've seen, she when she finds out and she ends up talking to this girl, and this girl basically reveals, I mean, if you can catch on really quick, that basically her son was on them graping games, as I would call it. Okay. And and so she checks him on that shit, and all the way to where she ends up telling him, "You're no son of mine." And this little bitch ass dude gonna jump up out of his bed and say, "Oh well, just totally not taking accountability for his actions at all, blaming him on her and everybody else. I tried so hard. Shut your stupid ass up. You a straight bitch." And he's married. As that one is Prince Aegon. And Prince Aemon is the one with the eye patch. Yes, and that was wow. But before she checks him, she makes sure that the servant girl received the same tonic that Princess Rhaenyra received. Hmm. She needs to make sure that no pregnancy, no chance of pregnancy. She said this is to make sure you don't talk. But the thing is, though, I don't know. I can't really say for certain that the girl lived and shit, or if it was the same thing as that was given to Rhaenyra. I don't know. Maybe the queen could have gave her something, that took her out because we haven't seen the girl at all in this episode. So, like, not even a 2 second shot. So, like I said, keep open mind with all these characters. I'm not putting shit past none of them. So, yeah. So yeah, I like the scene when the sons of Princess Rhaenyra went to the training grounds and they end up seeing their uncle and Kristen sparring, having their own little sparring match. It was a pretty cool little sparring match they had. A little quick little sparring match. Showing that Aemon that he's gotten really skilled over the years, honing on his skills. And I liked it too how he's like, "Hey, nephews, you want to train?" I'm thinking like, "Oh, you little bastards, you better not." He's your uncle, but damn it, you better not. Damn it, shit, he may get your ass back, and it may not be an eye, something worse. So, so yeah. Then shortly after, then that's when Vayman showed up from Driftmark. Showed up to talk to the Queen and Otto. Now they was having a discussion, to so he can get the Queen to back him, in his claim to the throne, to the Driftwood throne. And yep, and that she agrees. So it goes. We go into the next scene that stood out to me. That Princess Rhaenyra and the Princess Rhaenys had a discussion. And this is where Princess Rhaenyra, she was showing such desperation and making sure that her son have the claim to the throne. She makes an offer to her, telling her, "Hey, let us marry. Let us marry our children. And and your daughter, she'll rule. She'll be the queen." And I think she said Baela. No, Raina. She said Raina will be ruling Driftmark, and their sons, and both of them, their sons will have claim to the throne. They'll be heirs. So yeah, still a pretty good deal. But did she take it? No, she didn't. She didn't. In fact, she was like, "Well, I'm looking at standing alone because I'd rather stand alone than have my kids marry yours." So, because she's banking on the moves that the High Towers are going to make, the Queen and Otto. Because Because if Vayman takes it, then that's it for her on that one. For her son Jace. Mm. And yeah, she went to the king, to get him to defend her and her children, but to no avail. No answer at all. And so, as court happened, and this petition, this is where things really got heated. Vayman, he spoke up first, saying that he's the true heir to the Driftwood throne of Driftmark, and his blood is pure and unblemished. Basically saying that that Princess Rhaenyra's sons obviously is not of true royal blood. So, and she interrupts and shit because she's nervous as hell. And the queen checks her and tells her, "Hey, if you would let him get his shit in first, and then you'll be able to talk." And so, as he did, he finished, and she got her turn to talk. As she was about to go, then that's when the king popped in. King popped in, took the throne back from Otto. So Otto just kept it warm for him for a damn second. Even though he was surprised too as well. Everybody was surprised when they seen the king. Because he's just basically practically crawling to the damn throne. And the scene where Daemon helped him, that was all right. It was, some brotherly shit. That's cool. And he places the crown on his head. I was like, huh. It's like, man, I be having mixed thoughts, man, with this motherfucker, man, Damon. Because I'm like, okay, you do some brotherly shit like that, help the king, up on his throne and place the crown on his head. You know what I mean? But you doing some sick, crazy shit though. And he's bitch made. One example is this. After the king came in, that basically was like, okay, a saved by the bell kind of thing with Rhaenyra. Well, she ain't quite knew the damn hell if he was gonna back her or not. But guess what? The king fucking did. He backed that bitch. He defended her and her damn kids, her damn bastard ass kids. I'm like, bitch, please. Come on, man. I'm like, come on, King. Don't do some weak shit like that, man, before you die. I'm like, you could let this man get what was rightfully his. And plus, and it's just like how he said too. A moment later, Vayman, hey, he gets all props, man, from me on this one. A total salute. He stood up to the motherfucking king and everybody in there and letting them know that, hey, what you do in your house is your business. But I place my bloodline of my house above all. And then he hit the taboo button when he got so pissed off, and he ends up saying, because the king, he wasn't wavering, in his decision. He ends up shouting out, and Damon was baiting him too. It's like, say, I know you want to. And he said, they are bastards. And she is a whore. It was like, oh, everybody's like, oh. Oh, shit. And then Damon, his cowardly bitch made ass came right behind Vayman, dude, real quick and sliced his head in half. I'm like, oh, really? That's what you gotta do to the black man, huh? Okay. Okay, white boy. Okay. That's how we doing a Game of Thrones. Okay. I'm like, damn, like the other black man gone. Shit. From this episode, then so you gotta take out this other one too, huh? You slick racist bastards. Yeah. Oh man, y'all fucked up. And Otto shout out saying disarm after he cut him, after Damon cut him, that he shout out disarm him. They ain't disarmed Damon. Damon kept his fucking sword. Should have demanded that they snatch his damn weapon from his ass. Hell, with Damon, you best put your elite guards on him. Fuck that. Because his ass should have been snatched up real quick. Because think about it. Oh man, if Cordis lives, I mean, man, there's no telling, man, what he may be, what he may do. Period. I don't know. He may try to fight him himself, and when we think of the typical common shit that we've seen in other films and movies and shows, uh, where in such cases, and when it comes to revenge, we've seen wounded warriors go after others, all the ones that have wronged him. He's whooping a lot of their asses, but he's getting his ass battered at the same time. But yeah, that you see, just man, that coward shit with Damon, it was just I'm like, okay, the king out, he's pissed off. Like, I should have your tongue for that, even though it's the fucking truth and shit. I'm like, have his tongue from speaking the fucking truth, the truth, damn that you refuse to recognize, motherfucker. I was like, oh, I'm totally off of the king. Yes. When are you gonna go, dude? Yeah, it's time for you to go. It's time for you to go, man. Get off the map, dude. Yeah, I'm tired of looking at the king. I'm tired. Which was a signal for Damon to go ahead and slice his ass. I'm like, damn, you couldn't get this motherfucker a chance, man. Like, damn, you couldn't get his brother a chance by like letting him draw his fucking sword and fight it out man to man. But he pulled some simp ass shit. He was telling nothing but the fucking truth. And then Damon married a damn succubus. A whole succubus demon. A single mother at that. But as we get to the celebration feast, because afterwards, the king, after he deemed, Jace to get the throne of Driftmark, they had their feast and shit. And they was having their toast. And that's where, the princess Rhaenyra, she apologizes to the queen. I'm like, of course, bitch, you apologize to the queen right now. Because your son got what the fuck you wanted. You and your son got what the fuck y'all wanted. And I don't know if the queen, because she was receptive to it, she took it, and she was resonating with her apology, and they acted like they was best buds and shit. Even after them, and when their sons got into it, that was funny. Because Aemon, big as he is, yeah. After the little her youngest son, Rhaenyra's youngest son, was looking at him and teasing him, laughing at him and shit, which is fucked up because I'm like, damn, motherfucker, you look at you the one that helped did this to my fucking eye. You gonna sit across from me and laugh? But Aemon played it kind of smooth though. Shit, he came up on the table, punched the damn table like that. I was like, okay, something about to go down. But this motherfucker gave a toast. Oh shit, he got back at their ass. He's like, motherfucker, fuck you. He's like, toast to you, your strength. Basically saying them motherfuckers are weak, mocking their asses. So the boys got mad. One of the boys got mad and punched him, which didn't seem to do nothing. Eamon laughed at it and pushed the other kid to the ground, while the other brother, his brother, Eamon's brother, uh, Aegon, grabbed the other brother and pushed his head down into the damn plate. He's like, nope, you ain't doing shit. And the grown folks came in, broke it up and shit. And the way Damon looked, he looked at like, like he was like he was pleased. He was smiling and shit. He's like, all right. He's like, I like this attitude for my nephew. And so after that, as it goes into the next scene, the king, yeah, oh man, he's messed up. For what I can make out though, and what he whispered to Allison as she was there with him, whispering to her, saying something around the lines of that Aegon, he should be the one to unite the kingdom or the realm, protecting it from the cold and the dark. And she took that as in, and she took the meaning of that real quick, and she was like, "Okay, I got it. I understand, my king." And from what it looks like, okay, from him passing out this time, I'm guessing that's a wrap. That's the end of King Viserys. So the next episode, I think the title is called the Green Council or something around those lines. The Green Council. Uh, yeah, which will be the ninth episode, and it should be coming soon. I think the 16th. Yes, we'll be covering that. Um, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for your time. This is an awesome episode. Crazy, crazy as fuck. Some pissed off moments, but I can still see this being ranked as the number one show this year. Now, there's other shows to cover and other movies and other social topics as well. So, but thank you guys for watching. This is your guy Ray Hama, the Hama Force Geek Table. One versus a million. I'm out. Peace.